What's going on, guys? Got a special video for you today. Today we're gonna talk about 6 years with dentures, and I'm doing it toothless. I got my dentures right here. Used to make all kinds of videos with no teeth in, but now, I really just love how my entire voice changes so drastically from having teeth in versus not having teeth in. Um, So, if you guys are unaware, well, actually, this is gonna be the thumbnail for today's video. Um, I got my dentures on August 3rd of 2015. So really, August 3rd of 2021 was my 6 years. But I did not make a 6 year video, and um, Uh, so yeah, so I figured I'm not gonna make a seventh. I won't make a 7 years or whatever. I'll just do a 6 year. It's a little late, but it's all here all the same. Um, just having a conversation last night with Rachel where I was saying, she has braces and she just had a tooth removed because of the braces, and she's explaining about having to go, to the dentist and have the surgery to remove the tooth and all that shit. And I was just like, I can't honestly tell you right now from sitting where I'm at, from the situation that I'm in, that I am so much happier in life without real teeth. I mean, I guess, I guess it's slightly sad, to think that I don't have my real teeth, but it's like, I don't deal with that shit. I mean, I get phantom mouth pain, right? That's probably the only pain I get in my mouth anymore. I got no nerves in my gums, so I literally don't have any feeling. Um, uh, so really, the only pains I get are like pressure that I feel inside my gum in some spot, and it just feels like phantom pain. Like, it's actually funny, if I eat a bunch of sugar, the teeth that would hurt when I had bad teeth that would hurt, like when I ate a lot of sugar. When I eat a lot of sugar now, they hurt now, but there's no teeth there, so it just like throbs in that area. It's that weird phantom phantom ghost pains. So um, definitely deal with those quite a lot. Um, Now, if anybody is newer to the channel, or maybe you're just watching this and just kind of haven't seen some of my other content, this is my top denture, that I've had now for 5 years. Uh, the bottom set of dentures I don't have because I broke them like 6 months after getting them, and never got them fixed. So for the last 6 years of my life, I've chewed on a top set of dentures and the gums on my bottoms. So as you can imagine, my gums are all fucked up. They're all gnarly. They're cut up because everything I chew is chewed on that. Now, because of that reason, there were things I had to sacrifice. There are foods that I can't eat, that I miss. I couldn't eat. I had to give up foods when I had bad teeth. And then I got dentures, and I was like, I get to eat all those amazing foods that I was unable to eat before. And then when you have dentures, you actually learn that obviously there's things that you maybe were able to before, but now you aren't because your teeth move around, or, you know, like I can't just take an apple and bite into it because it will pull my dentures out with it. I can still enjoy an apple, I just can't bite into an apple. So some things change, mainly like pistachios. I fucking love pistachios. Like a peanut, a cashew, a walnut, any hard nut. I can't chew even with just the top denture because the bottom gum isn't strong enough to press. I'm sure if I would have over the last few years pushed myself to do it, I could have fucked my mouth up to be able to chew it, but I didn't want to do that. And so there are things, unfortunately, if they're very hard, things that you have to chew on, then unfortunately I can't eat those things. But, there are ways around things. Like, I love pretzels, and pretzels are hard, and it's difficult to chew on a pretzel when you only have one set of teeth. So, um, I just desi reinvented the way I eat pretzels. And now, when I take a pretzel, instead of just popping it in my mouth, I put it into my hand and I crush it, right? So now you have a bunch of little pieces. Then I pick up those little pieces and crush them again as they're going into my mouth. And then at that point, the saliva does the rest, softens it, and I can break it apart, all the way at that point. But it's just like, it sounds like a lot of extra, and it is. But now when I eat pretzels, I don't even think about those extra steps. I just eat it. It's like the exact same like eating a bag of potato chips, just grabbing it and throwing it in your mouth. I'm just like, like I'm doing it so fast, I don't even really think about the fact I'm doing it. Actually, the only time I really think about the fact that I'm crushing the pretzels up is when I go to put them into my mouth. They'll rain all over my beard, and then when I tip my beard down, it's just like a fucking rain of crushed up pretzel that comes pouring out of this man beard onto the floor. And usually that's when I notice, oh hey, I got shit all over me. Oh, it's probably, oh yeah, that's right, because I'm breaking up pretzels. So but the reality of it is people, I guess they are expect the worst. I mean, you expect that you get dentures, and then somehow, even though people tell you it's going to make your life easier, somehow you assumingly associate the idea that it's going to make your life harder, or that somehow your life's going to be hard because now you have to relearn how to do all this stuff. And where, yes, it takes a while. It took me about a year or so to be able to get my jaw back up to strength and be able to talk better, and all this other stuff. But once you're a couple of years into it, that shit just disappears. Like, I don't think about how I talk, or how I'm chewing, or stuff like that. People don't even, I mean, still to this day, people don't realize that I don't have a bottom set of dentures, because you can literally talk the exact same with just the top set than with you know with with as a normal person would talk. You can talk like a normal person with just top set of dentures. um but let me see something here real quick. I got this Marlboro. um Here's to blazing new trails and taming new adventures. Okay, so there's this little Marlboro thing. It's like a coupon that I got for being able to buy more cigarettes. But just as an example, I'm gonna reread what I just read without dentures. And I'm gonna slide these bad boys in real quick and say it again with the dentures, just so anybody that's out there that has never heard what somebody without dentures sounds like and what they sound like with dentures, you can understand that it is a considerable difference how I'm talking. Right now, I sound very bad. Like, my speaking is slurred, and it's hard for me to say words because I've got no reverberation in my mouth. The moment you put something for your tongue to bounce off of, you can talk like crazy. And and then the other thing I want you to pay attention to is my facial structure. Okay, it's hard to tell with a beard because obviously the beard covers my jawline, so you can't really tell. But when I don't have dentures in, my face is like sucked in, right? And the moment I put my dentures in, my face puffs out because there's like more stuff in there, and it's actually like disturbing to me how much your face will change looking at somebody. They can take their dentures out and talk to you, and you'll just be like, okay, that's them. And then they put dentures in, and you go, oh my god, like it literally will change your fucking facial expressions. But, alright, here we go. Ready? Here's to blazing new trails and taming new adventures. Here's to blazing new trails and taming new adventures. Completely different. This is normal Matt talk, okay? Hello. You hear the reverberation in my mouth. You hear how my voice sounds like a normal person. And then instantaneously take the dentures out and all that goes away. And that right there is the amazingness of dentures. So I just suggest everybody runs out and have all their teeth removed. Also, you can talk like you have some special needs. Actually, I really don't like the way that my mouth feels when my dentures aren't in there. It's just really funny because obviously, naturally, as a human being, you don't have anything covering the top of your mouth. So your entire life, your tongue can touch the roof of your mouth, and you never think about that, like ever. It's never a thought of like, whoa, what if one day I was unable to touch the roof of my mouth? But obviously, when I have this big piece of plastic on the roof of my mouth, when my tongue goes up, it hits this instead of the roof of my mouth. And because of that, it's hard to see, but as you can see the little divots, and don't worry, before the just swapping, before I just took them in and out, I just cleaned them so they're not nasty. But see these like divots and dents and stuff? Obviously, those were the molds of the top part of my mouth when I had my teeth removed, and my mouth has changed a little bit, but now as I touch the roof of my mouth, all I can feel is the grooves of these grooves, like stamped into my mouth. Um, and then it also does feel weird to slide your tongue over your gums and, of course, just have a rounded gum and not actually feel teeth. Um, my jaw, jaw hurts now, but sometimes my jaw hurts because if I take my teeth out, and you try to chew, your jaw's going farther than it was designed to, so your jaw's like popping and it hurts and it causes problems. So you gotta make sure to be careful about your jaw if you're gonna do stuff, and that's why I say it hurts now because I'm talking, and even though talking doesn't seem bad, um, because I never freaking take my dentures off and talk, my mouth, like my jaw is currently sore, like I'm giving it a workout, so, and that's really only because I'm trying really, really hard to pronunciate words better, so that way I don't sound completely dumb, uh, but like I said, it's pretty hard. Pretty much any word that's got an S in it is practically impossible for me to say because S's are very easily slurred when you slur your words, anyways. So Hershey Kisses or Dentures Sex. I used to always say these words. I had these like words that I would say on Toothless Tuesdays because they were difficult words to say. One of the words was sex because obviously sex starts with an S and ends with an X, and X sounds like S. So it's just like sex. I want to have sex. Hey guys, you want to go have sex? Okay, I'm gonna try the hardest I can right now, okay? I'm gonna have to say it slow. I'm gonna have to go with a really low tone of voice because it's the only way. Hello, guys. Would you want to have. I can't, I literally can't. The moment this comes out, it's like. Would you guys want to have sex? I said sex. So if I curl my lips inward and make like a puckered like you're gonna kiss somebody, but rolling them in instead of pucking them out, I can say sex, 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 sex. What a word to be saying out loud at work. Sex, sex. That's alright. I already wondered what it would have been like if I was in the middle of recording this video and somebody would have came up and talked to me because I wouldn't have my mouth in. Or my, yeah, I guess I can say my mouth in. And I would have talked to him without dentures and they'd probably been like, why is this guy talking funny? He was talking just fine earlier. But yeah, um, I guess as an outro here, I'll just practically say that, obviously to us that have to get dentures, we all have our own situations, whether that's you fucked it up because you put drugs in your mouth that fucked them up, or you were like me and just never took care of your teeth and they rotted away, or also like me and you have a disorder where the lining of your teeth weren't there, and so my teeth easily rotted out of my mouth because there weren't teeth, and then I didn't have adult teeth to replace the baby teeth. So once the baby teeth were out of the way, they were just gone. I had an all around really messed up mouth, you know. And not everybody's situation's as bad, but at the same time, my recovery went like literally spot on, the best recovery you could ever have. And obviously, a lot of other people don't have such a great recovery. So just take your time. If you're going to get it done, take your time, do your research, make sure you know everything you're going to know, make sure you know everything that can happen, any outcomes that could happen to you during surgeries, and you know what you could wake up to as possibilities, because you always want to know all your options before getting into something, because if something arises and you weren't planning on it and you weren't told about it, or you didn't know it was a thing that could happen, it's going to catch you by horrible surprise. You're going to be upset, you probably yell at somebody, you're going to make a big deal over it, and so it's just so much easier to know what you're getting into prior than to just do it and not know what you're doing. Alright, well, because my mouth hurts, I put them back in because my jaw, like I said, it literally hurts my jaw talking without them anymore. But it's probably the worst part of having dentures is when you take them out, you leave them out, they get dry, and then you put them back in, and it sounds gross, but like your saliva will naturally, like, your saliva's in your mouth, now you produce spit and you don't think about it and you swallow it like all fucking day. So your entire mouth is covered in saliva. We're talking your gums, your teeth, your lips, well, not your lips, but I mean your tongue, your gums, and your teeth are all covered in saliva. And so when you put something really dry like a denture that's completely clean into your mouth's got to like reproduce all that saliva. It's got to recover everything in saliva, and before it can do that, it practically just gags you while being in your mouth, because you can physically feel how dry it is compared to everything else that's wet. It grosses me out. Wow, it was in the trash can. Alright guys, I'm gonna head out of here. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. Maybe we'll get back into doing Toothless Tuesdays, because TNT, it always was the reason why we did Toothless Tuesdays. And, you know, maybe we'll get better again at talking with our teeth out or whatever. And I know people enjoyed them last time, so who knows. But if you guys would like to see yesterday's video from the first, to see how we started off this year with a frickin' bang, I'd say click over here on this thing over here, on this light area. This box right here is where you want to click on for that video from yesterday's, the very first video of the year. That's right over here. But at the same time, if you're thinking about subscribing and you're like, this guy sounds like he could be a cool guy, and maybe I don't know, right over here, this circle here, right? This is how you subscribe. You just click right in the middle of my hand. My hand has disappeared behind it. If you click on where my hand would be, subscribed. I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.